out in 9 days. I guess Xbox wanted to see how PlayStation did their first week before they experienced their failure, but personally, I don't think really one of the systems is better than the other system. I just think that they have two different necessities for two different people. Personally, I like the PlayStation 4. I'll tell you why. We'll get to that in a minute. I will be reviewing these two systems from what I know about them. Obviously, they haven't been released yet. There's only so much information circulating about them, but I've learned as much about them as I possibly could. So I decided I'll be making a video in regards to that. Personally, I'm just here to tell you now, if you get an Xbox One, you probably have some sort of mental deficiency. It could be Down syndrome. It could be Tourette syndrome. Most likely Down syndrome. I don't know. I don't live in your shoes. I don't play in your sandbox. Okay, but do not buy the Xbox One. That is my first warning. The reason that I'm going to start out by saying that is the Xbox One is $100 more than the PlayStation 3, and it's in 720p. Okay, if I brought home a I'm not sure if it's $400 or $500. That I did not. I don't have that committed to memory. But if I brought home a system that even costs anywhere in that range, that ended up being 720p on online gameplay, which is 90% of why the fuck you'd buy an Xbox. So if I brought home an Xbox and I got 720p, like, I'd be enraged. That's ridiculous. That's bullshit. Because then you can't play in HD. Are you ridiculous? You know, your internet should be able to handle 1080p online gameplay on an Xbox. So frankly, the fact that they're not willing to accommodate that for their own system doesn't say a whole lot positive for Xbox. Now, PlayStation 4, they're obviously not perfect. You know, I can't sit here and say PlayStation 4 is going to be the best system ever. Excuse me. Sorry. Personally, I'm just going to say, as far as the PlayStation 4 goes, the PlayStation 4 is going to beat the Xbox in the sense that it's going to have more titles for that system. There are a lot of games that only come out on the PlayStation franchises that do not, you know, release themselves on Xbox. And for example, God of War, real popular game, only comes out on PlayStation, okay? In terms of Xbox, alright, you might have some more online gameplay. And, you know, that's where I go to where the Xbox shines rather than the PlayStation shines. It may piss me off that it only plays in 720p online, but frankly, on the Xbox, you have a bigger online community. The Xbox 360 community is not going to have a mass exodus to PlayStation 4. It does not work that way. The PlayStation community is the PlayStation community, and the Xbox community is the Xbox community. So if you're interested in online gameplay, even though it may be inferior to the PlayStation in terms of specs, graphics card, etc., the better online community where you're going to get the more activity online is definitely going to be the Xbox One. I would say that the PlayStation 4, being as you don't have to pay for a live subscription or anything of that nature, is it going to have an online community? Hell yeah, it's definitely going to have an online community. But frankly, if you're interested in an online community, just get the Xbox One. But frankly, the online community will build up expansively on PlayStation because the Xbox One is by far inferior to the PlayStation. People who aren't interested in online activity are most likely going to buy the PlayStation 4, which is still a huge part of this game's clientele. So frankly, the probability stands that the PlayStation 4 will by far outsell the Xbox One solely because it is the better system. And fuck the online community, if we assume that we had the same amount of people playing online on the Xbox as the PlayStation, then the PlayStation 4 would definitely be the better system. But frankly, we already have a lot of people playing Xbox. They're not going to want to leave Xbox because a lot of people don't understand they can take their game to PlayStation 4 and do the same shit. Xbox Live gets carried over, there's only so much you can do, and frankly, there's not a whole lot of reason for people to ditch Xbox. So a lot of people are bound to Xbox, which is why they get away with charging more for it. But frankly, the better system in terms of specs, graphics card, audio card, everything of that nature, it is with no doubt the PlayStation 4. Now, personally, like I said, the Xbox One does shine in having a much larger online community, and you won't get as many titles on the Xbox as you will on the PlayStation, but in the end, the PlayStation has the most titles, may not have the best online community, but there is an online community. So frankly, if you're not willing to spend however much, I believe the Xbox starts at $500, whereas the PlayStation is at $400. But the primary difference between the two of them in terms of quality would really just be the graphics and the audio cards, because the PlayStation will have the superior graphics and audio card, whereas the Xbox One might have something from the previous generation. The Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, rather, they're the two biggest groups in terms of gaming consoles, and obviously there's always going to be a rivalry amongst the two of them. Xbox has always shined at having online quality, PlayStation has always shined at having offline quality. PlayStation has the best graphics, fundamentally, not always, but fundamentally. But this year, in terms of the games that I have seen being released on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, I've seen the graphics of both, and I can sit here and I can affirm to you that they are insane on both. Both of them are absolutely nothing short of lifelike. I mean, you can see the hair on someone's asshole in pretty much any game on either of the two systems. So if you're talking about offline gameplay, don't worry about graphics. They are both the exact same. If you're talking about online gameplay, the PlayStation 4 will have better graphics, but there will be more people on the Xbox One, and you'll be able to keep your live account, which I know a lot of people have adjusted to. Now, in terms of gaming quality, I would say that the PlayStation 4 wins again. It processes much faster. I mean, the Xbox, it's going to have the processor of, a 2007 or 8 computer. The PlayStation 4 is definitely going to be the superior processing unit. In terms of price, you do save $100 on the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4 is going to have, as I said, not the greatest online community just in terms of the amount of people, but frankly, you're probably going to be able to play online better or even surf the internet better on a PlayStation 4. It's a more independent system, and again, let's remember, you pay for Xbox Live. You don't pay to get on the internet on a PlayStation. Now, the PlayStation 4 will, for the next generation, now don't quote me on this, I'm not 100% sure. I believe it's not going to be able to play Blu-ray discs. I'm 100% sure it's not going to be able to play audio CDs. Some people will not give a shit, and frankly, nobody buys CDs anymore because you can hook your iPod up to your little Scion and be a douchebag, okay? There's no necessity for people to play audio CDs, but in the end, if you're interested in playing online gameplay and you're interested in keeping what you've already worked for in your Xbox Live account, that's what all your friends do. All your friends play Xbox Live. Alright, just get the Xbox One. That's really where you're going to get the majority of your entertainment if you're interested in online gameplay. If you're willing to keep your Xbox 360, get the PlayStation 4. Because the PlayStation 4 is the superior system in terms of speculations. Specifications, I should say. The PlayStation 4 is the superior system. It just doesn't have the online community to back it up that Xbox has developed for itself over time. Personally, when these systems come out, I'm not going to be buying either of them. I have an Xbox 360, and we have at least another 4 years until they stop making games for the Xbox 360. They only ditched making PlayStation 2 games 2 or 3 years ago. Okay, I'm not going to waste my money on a new system because eventually they're going to come out with upgraded versions of these systems, or they're going to come out with newer versions or packages. And honestly, if you wait 3 months, you're going to get like $50 off. Like, don't even waste your money. So, frankly, if you're looking to play online, Xbox. If you're looking to play online sometimes, but you have a lot of offline time as well, or you just like to chat with your friends on Skype when you're playing a game, okay, PlayStation 4. If you do not have Down syndrome, PlayStation 4. If you have a penis above 2.1 inches, PlayStation 4. If you are not a psychologically inbred infidel dumbass, PlayStation 4. If you are interested in saving money and or Jewish, do not buy either. Wait for them to drop in price. Because they will drop in price within the next couple of months. That's all I have. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.